Rise and shine, Nairobi 254 Rugby Show. It's 6:45 and Kenya have just come on top of Wales. 21-17, Benjamin Ayimba.
Exciting times, exciting times. Very, very, very simply, what you said earlier on, we were going to have another win. Selection was very key there. Humphrey started, Horace started, and Billy started. That alone gives you the go forward.
It's obviously puts us in a good position.
Yes.
We play South Africa, and with us on the 254 Rugby Show, people who've been with us throughout the night. James Absaloms, former Kenya 15s international, and a good fan of the game, Martin Kariuki. Martin, from a fan's point of view, you've been watching the games throughout the night. What's your take?
Soft. Just soft. I'm sorry to say, but what I've just seen today is, I'm disappointed. I really do not see why we're paying so much for that. That is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. We stayed up all night to watch the games on. Then we lost the first game. And we had to depend on, as usual, Benja's boys to, I'm sorry, he was my captain. I'm not kissing ass right now. I'm just gonna say this. Point blank, Benja's boys came through again. Kayange came through, Collins came through. Where are the other guys? And Billy. That was just nonsense.
Very interesting. I mean, James, you see, and this is happening a bit too often. I mean, typical fan sort of reaction. Even after we win, people are not very happy. What do you think is happening?
I think without taking apart the game too much, the same thing again. Mistakes where we did not need to make mistakes. That was a game that easily in the first half we could have been stretched ahead, but we went ahead. Tall caught the kickoff. It was lost because we didn't do the right things after that. We simply did not let the mongrel out of the kennel and put the game away when we should have. And in a situation like that, we're going to end up struggling the way we are, because Wales, for so long as they have a sniff at it, will keep coming back at us. We need to get back that the attitude that once we get ahead, we need to go further ahead, and we're not just comfortable being just a nose ahead.
He's given us sort of a bit of a fan's perspective
Yes.
of what's. He's very unhappy. We have won a game, but he's very unhappy.
Yes.
James has told us. He's given us a bit of a more open view, but there seems to there's no optimism.
I keep saying this, and Kenyan fans are spoiled. Reasons why they're spoiled is because when Kenya was at its height, it had nothing to show. The players didn't go home with any salaries. The coaches weren't being paid. Nobody was being paid. Everybody was on voluntary basis. And that's the reason. That's the sole reason why the Kenyan fan will be spoiled. And for as long as this team exists, we'll have disgruntled elements. Sometimes we might even beat New Zealand 90 points to 0. But the Kenyan fan will always want the best out of the players, and especially now that the resource is available, and we have a very good technical side, and players who are well taken care of, that it is expected of them to play very well every single match they play.
But I want solutions. Jeremy, I want solutions. I'm sitting here, even I'm lost for words. I mean, we've just won a game, but we don't seem to be happy. Are the expectations too high? I mean, we've just beaten the world.
I think, Charlie, what the feeling is that we were lucky to win that game rather than we deserved to win that game, and that is a point. I think that is a point of view. We're coming from a point where a team like Wales was not a team to worry about. If you had Wales on your roster, we would worry about South Africa and Australia. But Wales was not a team to worry us. But now we're feeling lucky to have won. That I think is the issue, and I think the whole thing has to be back to a point where we're enjoying our game. We're looking like we're struggling.
Actually, personally, it's not even Australia and Wales stuff, because we are pussyfooting right now. And I'm sorry to say that if that's a bad language and stuff, that's nonsense. New Zealand is our target. Kick them, kill them, beat everyone. South Africa, New Zealand are the big games. The guys we have to beat are New Zealand, South Africa, and Nigeria. And then we come and play Wales and then lose to them. It's not possible that this is the same Kenya team 2 years ago that was beating everyone. It's not, it just doesn't make sense at all. You played sevens. You played that game. You guys were amazing human beings. When you played that game, everyone was scared of you. Right now.
Apart from you.
Apart from me. Hey, apart from me, yes. We never cared about you people when we were younger. Benja played the game. You played the game as well. Everyone was scared of Kenya. Right now, we play the game and everyone they want to play Kenya. They just want to hit you. It's physical and everything. We're not doing the normal things what a Kenyan player does. What's his name? One game they tells us, oh, hit the person, I don't know what, rack the ball, blah blah blah, nonsense. The flair is gone. Simple things.
Benja, very, very, very interesting. Things that Martin talks about. He talks, I honestly feel like he's talking from a very emotional sort of
I'm actually very emotional.
fan perspective. But again, I ask real questions. Are we putting too much expectations on these boys?
See, the thing that the genesis of all this, I suspect, is that this team has done it before. That's where the pressure is not coming from us expecting that through being a good coach will produce miracles. The pressure is we have had this team with these players do much better. So if you ask me, that is where every Kenyan sits. Most of the fans, that's where they sit.
But again,
I think it goes back, Charlie. It goes back to it's something maybe you don't want to get into now, but it goes back to the basics. The players have got to the point where there is very little difference between a Kenyan player and a Welsh player.
Yes.
Where the difference comes in is in what you might call the DNA. They're better skilled, their decisions are better, they make less mistakes, and we need to get to that level. Unfortunately, I do not think we're going to get to that level with the current crop. It needs to start a lot earlier.
A lot earlier.
Is it being started? Has that been realized as a strategy? Is it being looked at?
Unfortunately, that's not being done,
think
James.
so.
I'm not, my biggest fear now is, do you know there's a chance we might not qualify for the Olympics? There's only 12 teams to the Olympics, and there's no automatic qualifiers. So we have to go through all this process. And like you're saying, there's no... Okay, what happens now when that is the only team that is available without halfbacks? What do we do when they don't have natural halfbacks?
But and that's fine. But again, so that just raises the question: is that the expectations we've put on the team
Are too
just
high.
too high.
Exactly.
But why is that the case?
Excuse me. As a national team, the expectations are going to be high anyway. They're never too high. Are you trying to tell me that we're going to expect the team to be losing?
No, but you see, Martin, I appreciate your concerns and your expectations as a coach, as a fan. Sorry.
Coach, yeah, thanks.
As a
Thanks. You're a good guy. Thanks. As a coach, yes.
But that I appreciate. Yes. But the three of us will appreciate who have been, and no disrespect to the fan, we are in touch with these players. We have been there. We sit with them. We have even been part of that.
We were fourth last.
No,
Excuse me.
that's no issue.
As a fan, I was fourth. And then you tell me that I can be fifth. Are you mad?
No, but let me tell you something, Martin, and that's fine. But we will never be consistently fourth or fifth or whatever it is because we
Take
lack
me to second.
We lack
The basics.
the foundation. Yes. The foundations.
Why do we lack the foundations? Why?
And that's a topic
Explain.
for another day.
No, it's not.
And that's
It's
a-
today. Tell me why I'm second.
And you see, and that's what I'm saying, because today we're talking about Paul True and Vegas 7.
It's true that we are
Yes,
fifth.
we cannot, he's with this squad. He's with them in Vegas.
He's been with
Is
them
this
for
game-
2 months.
Okay, genuinely, honestly,
Yes.
do you think we're beating South Africa tomorrow?
No, because he's been with them with
Because
2
why?
months. 2
Why?
months.
Why?
Nonsense. We keep on talking about this thing. Oh, Kenya needs to.
What do you
develop.
think is the problem as fans?
The
What do you think is-
problem with Kenya is that we don't just believe in ourselves. That's it.
I think we're at a
That's it.
point where belief will not carry us.
Exactly.
Belief will not carry us, and we actually it is something that is painful, but has to be accepted so that we start building
James,
with the right
just like you say,
basis.
just like you say, right now, the present crop, we will not do any better than we've done.
before. I don't
Before.
think so.
So,
But why?
if you ask me, can we take this money and start building 10-year-old kids?
Can I ask you guys a question?
I'd
Why
say-
isn't belief taking us elsewhere? Why?
It's because belief has gone to its farthest.
And
What
you
is-
know what? And you know what, Martin? And I agree with you. Benja took a team to a semi-final of a World Cup, and we watched a team grow. With Benja, it grew. We saw players develop, and they became world beaters. Okay. After that, the team didn't, and that happens. I don't think that team got to that semi-final because they believed in anything.
They worked hard.
They worked hard, but we worked hard to a certain level. It doesn't matter how hard you work,
How much harder you work?
because those other players grow up playing rugby.
We got to the saturation point.
So you're telling me that there's a player who walked into that team believing that they'll never ever play in a final of a...
No, they,
No. The belief bit is part of being that professional. The one that goes out to represent you and I.
That's my point.
Yes.
My point is very simple.
Yes.
There are young players who are coming through who want to play in that final, who want to do it today.
yes.
Then you choose whatever you want to do.
But
There are players on that team. Today we saw them when they came in the second half. The first game what we watched.
you must.
There are players who
appreciate-
came into that
Martin,
game.
You must
Hold on.
appreciate. You must
There are
appreciate-
players who came in the first game that we watched, that came in with belief and brought it back to us. We actually believe that we could beat whoever we played with.
Canada.
And I totally appreciate what you're saying. And I would like, and this is why sometimes it's very important that we have sort of the fans sort
Yeah.
of point of view.
Yeah.
But when coaches and players and ex-players sit, when we sit on this side and we watch and we tell the fans, you know what, listen, that was fine. We saw those substitutions come on and they played. They didn't play because they believed. They played because they were
They're
class
equipped.
players.
Yes.
They were class players.
Yeah.
Okay? Those class players started the game today against Wales. And we struggled. We still struggled. Because we have reached a certain level.
But
We need to step it up. And stepping
the
it up
truth,
means...
the truth of the question was, why didn't those class players start?
No.
I'm sorry.
We have-
It has to be asked.
We
It has
have
to-
we have left the decision with the coach to the coach.
I'm a fan. I don't care. The coach and decision. You guys are
No,
ex-players.
but-
You're a coach. You're a coach. You're an ex-player. I am a fan. Ex-player. Whatever you. Why did those guys start?
No, but we
because
have-
if we started with those guys, would the tries have been scored as much?
Listen, we never know. But we've already had that discussion of... We felt he made the wrong decision.
Again, this is the problem. He made the wrong decision when we were in Dubai. Wrong channel.
But
24/7 going the wrong side.
But as a fan,
Then
what do you want?
again, I am a fan. I want us to win.
Okay,
I
that's
want
fine.
us. Listen, we cannot. Let's not pussyfoot this story. Let us always. We cannot be. Let's not make excuses for these guys. I'm sorry. They are being paid. These guys, when Benja and you were playing this game, when you guys were 0, were you paid? Were you paid? Were you guys paid? No. Nothing. These guys are being paid. They're living off this game, eh? These are professionals. Let's not play games.
But I think Martin, yes, professionals, but you see, professional is not the money.
The
Professional comes
Yes.
from a match. You look at it in a lot of these countries. These guys do not even go beyond the basic school because they get straight into the elite thing, and then that is what they do for a living.
Are they doing this for a living? Our players, are they doing it for a living?
But
Right
it's
now?
the point at which they
hold
have
on.
started it.
No, just answer the question, yes or no. Are they doing for a living?
Yes, they are.
They are. So they need to show the sleeve has to be there. They have to represent.
But Martin,
Martin, is an issue of equipment. What are they equipped with?
Well, 7 doctors.
No,
I don't know how many
Martin,
guys. I don't know.
in terms of skills, in terms of background,
equipment is
in
not
terms
what
in
they
terms
are.
of in terms of in terms
How
of
they
their
were brought up
formation,
as rugby,
in terms of their formation in the game.
A New Zealander or an English player starts playing rugby at 3 years old.
But we beat New Zealanders and English players.
We beat them, it's a
Once.
In the World Cup, we
It's a
got to
one-off.
our final. Benja was not paid as much money. He was a coach.
but it's-
This is a coach who took Tijans to whatever.
But it's a one-off. It's a one-off.
Okay, sawa.
We're going to be consistent in terms of
It's fantastic.
going there.
But I'm telling you this, if it's a one-off, and we've done it, Greece did it in the footballing nation, whatever, one-off, built their footballing nation, whatever. If you play right now, if you play a Greek team in the European League, Champions League, you are going to be in problems. The fans show up and go crazy. But all I'm saying is this: there's always one thing. It's one off, but the players have to understand one thing. They have a big following here. There's one thing you have to wear your heart on your sleeve, whether you like it or not. You have a big responsibility. You're taking it in. I saw it when Humphrey came in, when Billy came in, and all those guys came in. Collins, the last game, amazing. On the sleeve, played his hat off. A few guys never stand up. You're coming into Iraq, you're just playing. You know, we're Kenyans. And we discussed this before. When you go into Iraq as Kenyans, we go into Iraq as soft guys. Soft. We have to go into Iraq hard. Punch off a guy. Sorry, punching is illegal, but at times it has to happen. As a fan, I deserve the best. There are guys who have traveled from here to the States to watch you play the game.
and that's totally appreciated. And this is what we're all about on 254 Rugby Show, listening to the fans, and we'd like more
Getting
of
the
this.
emotion, yes.
And thank you, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much to everyone who came onto the show today. It was our first night of Vegas. It's been a mixed night of emotions for the Kenyan team.
Whatever happens in Vegas, they never
Vegas.
stays in.
But we're here. We're here at the Kenya Harlequins Rugby Club. Thank you very much to Kenya Harlequins for giving us this opportunity. Thank you very much to Famous Girls for making this happen, allowing our guests to come in. We're about to have breakfast. It's 7 o'clock in Nairobi. And Benjamin Ayimba, tomorrow we look forward to another day. We come and look at the Kenya Cup. There's some big games coming up.
Probably with a less bitter fan.
Yeah, we're
on
less
board.
bitter fan.
No,
we look at
it's
Kenya
impossible.
playing South Africa. Kenya need to win that game to go into the quarterfinals. We'll see what happens tomorrow. There's a lot of questions that have been asked in the show, and we continue to ask them, and we'll continue to answer them. Thank you very much. Keep in touch with us. Stay in touch with us. See you tomorrow at 254 Rugby Show. Keep in touch. Keep on interacting. I'm Charles Cardovillis, Benjamin Ayimba. Stay tuned.